Hello, and welcome to my channel Hopewell Stories. Today's video is how he proposed in the hospital after she was told she'd never walk again. But before we dive into the full story, let me know where you're watching from and what time it is now, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. The beeping of machines filled the hospital room. Outside the window, the sun was setting, painting the sky in soft oranges and pinks. Inside, the air was heavy with silence. Lena sat on the edge of her hospital bed, her legs hanging lifelessly over the side. She stared at them like they were something foreign, something that no longer belonged to her. The doctor had told her just a few hours ago, a spinal injury from the car crash. She would never walk again. She had cried. She had screamed. And now she was just empty. Her phone buzzed on the nightstand beside her. It was probably her mom checking in again, or maybe one of her friends trying to cheer her up. But Lena didn't want to talk to anyone. The door creaked open slowly. She didn't look up. She already knew who it was. "Hey," said Jake softly. Lena finally looked at him. His eyes were red, like he hadn't slept in days. His clothes were wrinkled, and his hair was a mess. He had been here every day since the accident, sitting by her bed, holding her hand, talking about everything and nothing. She didn't know how he could still look at her like she was the same person. "I brought you something," he said, stepping closer. She didn't respond, just watched as he pulled a small paper bag from behind his back. He reached inside and pulled out a slice of pizza. Her favorite. She almost laughed. "Almost. I know it's not fresh," he said with a shrug. "It's from that little place around the corner. I think it's still good." She shook her head. "I'm not hungry." Jake didn't say anything. He just sat down in the chair next to her bed and took a bite of the pizza himself. They sat in silence for a few minutes, the only sound the soft hum of the machines around them. Then Jake spoke. "I love you." Lena looked at him, not just a glance, really looked. She had heard those words 100 times before, but today they felt different. "I know," she said quietly. "No," he said, shaking his head. "I mean I love you. I love you, Lena, not just the girl who walks and talks and dances. I love you, the one who makes me laugh when I don't want to, the one who steals my fries and tells me I'm imagining it, the one who's sitting in front of me right now." Tears filled her eyes. "I'm not the same," she whispered. Jake reached for her hand. "You're still you." She looked down at their joined hands. "I can't walk, Jake. I know I can't run. I can't dance. I can't even go to college next year, like we planned." Jake didn't let go of her hand. "So we'll go later." "So what?" Lena shook her head. "You don't understand. I'm not what you thought I was." Jake stood up slowly and walked around the bed. Then he got down on one knee in front of her. Lena's breath caught in her throat. "I don't care if you walk," Jake said, his voice steady but full of emotion. "I don't care if you dance. I don't care if we go to college next year, or 10 years from now. All I care about is you. You're my best friend. You're my everything." He reached into his pocket and pulled out a small black box. Lena gasped. "Lena," he said, opening the box to reveal a simple silver ring. "Will you marry me?" For a moment there was only silence. Then the tears came. Big fat tears that rolled down her cheeks. "Jake, say yes," he whispered. "Please say yes." She nodded, her voice cracking. "Yes, yes, yes." Jake smiled through his own tears and slid the ring onto her finger. Then he stood up and pulled her into a hug, careful not to hurt her. "I love you," he whispered, into her hair. "I love you too," she said, holding him tighter than she had ever held anyone in her life. 3 months later, Lena sat in her wheelchair outside the hospital, waiting for Jake to pick her up. She was finally going home. She looked down at the ring on her finger. It wasn't fancy. It wasn't expensive, but it was hers, theirs. She had been nervous about telling people. She thought they'd say she was rushing into things. She thought they'd say Jake was too young to make such a big decision. But when she told her mom, all her mom did was hug her and say, "If he makes you happy, then I'm happy." And Jake's parents, they cried. They hugged them both, and they said, "We always knew you two would end up together." Lena had even started seeing a therapist, someone who helped her talk about her feelings and her fears. It wasn't easy. Some days were still really hard, but Jake was always there. He pushed her wheelchair to class when they went back to school. He helped her carry her books. He even learned how to help her get into and out of the car. He never made her feel broken. He made her feel loved. 1 year later, Lena stood in front of the mirror, looking at herself in her wedding dress. It was a simple white dress, not too fancy. She had wanted something she could move in, something she could dance in, if she wanted to. Jake was waiting for her at the end of the aisle. He looked so handsome in his suit, his eyes locked on hers. As her mom pushed her wheelchair down the aisle, Lena felt her heart swell. When they reached Jake, he took her hand and kissed it gently. "You look beautiful," he whispered. "You look like you're about to cry," she whispered back. "I am about to cry," he said with a laugh. The ceremony was short and sweet. Their friends and family cheered when they kissed, and when Jake pulled her into his arms, it felt like the world was perfect. 5 years later, Lena sat in her wheelchair at the edge of the park, watching Jake push their little girl on the swing. "Higher, Daddy." The girl squealed. Jake pushed the swing higher, laughing with her. Lena smiled, watching them. Her heart was full. She had gone to college, later than planned, but she got there. She studied psychology, and now worked with kids who had disabilities, helping them feel strong and capable. Jake had started his own business fixing computers and phones. He was good at it. People loved him. They had adopted their daughter 2 years ago, a little girl with a big smile and a heart full of joy. Life hadn't gone the way they had planned, but somehow it was even better, because love isn't about walking or dancing, or doing things the way everyone else does. Love is about showing up, about staying, about holding someone's hand when the world feels like it's falling apart. And Jake had never let go. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching, and see you on the next video. Bye.